Hello, everybody. Marcel, also Sandy, Blue Lips. Thanks for coming back. You guys are awesome. Mazoom, Candy. I recognize a lot of you guys. MW Success. He sounds new. Amber Aziza. Thanks for coming. Amber Aziza's awesome. Central Station. That's opening soon. It's a barbershop. Hey. Taylor Errol. Sheila, she, Curtis. That's awesome. There's so many she's. I'm awesome. Why, thank you. You're awesome. Kim Goddess. With regularity. Amber Aziza. She is, you check her out. You can go take a look at her profile and stuff. She's awesome. Awesome coach. I call her the coach to the stars. And, she'll help you turn your business around. Hello from Toledo, Ohio. Yes, I've been to Toledo. Totally, Laura. You know how long it's been since I've seen one of your scopes? We keep missing each other. Your scopes are like in the middle of the night on my end. And, unfortunately, I've missed them. I'm going to start trying to catch some of your scopes. So, and Amber also has lived in Toledo, Ohio. And thanks so much for being on here, Totally, Laura. You are awesome. You have been super quiet. But you're pregnant. So with all due respect, you're carrying a child, carrying a business, running your family, running your household. That's awesome. I'm going to try and catch it. I just finished playing basketball, so I'm no longer sweating. It is 8:30 my time. I got up at 5:30, 36 weeks today. I know. I'm so happy for you. Every time I see you, I get excited because you're about to, give birth. So, it's always great to give birth and, to bring a life into this world, regardless of how the world is. So that's awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Super women on the scope. Super people on the scope. Dillion, so cool. That's my dude. You guys are awesome. I have some powerhouses on this scope. I am so excited to have you guys here. I'm so thankful and that you guys were thoughtful enough to spend your time with me. I understand the importance of time. And so I had this, thank you so much, man. I had this thought earlier today. It's about time wasting. I posted something on Instagram and Twitter and on Facebook with regards to I no longer have energy to waste on useless conversation, on people who gossip, on people who want to spend time wasting. And today I want to talk to you about, are you blocking your blessings? Now, for you, hey, Kim's awesome. If you like Miriam, if you want health and wellness, follow Kim. She's gonna start blabbing and scoping on health and wellness stuff. So check her out. So for people who are on here who don't know who I am, I ask you guys two favors every single time. I ask you guys to give me some hearts because that shows that you guys are there and you're listening. So I appreciate that. And the second thing I ask you guys to do is, if you enjoy anything that I'm saying at some point in time, share this with your friends and your followers. Invite people in here as well. I want to get this message out to as many people as possible because you have the ability to get the success you want. So, with that said, who am I? My name is Ebongeka. I'm a CPA, which is a certified public accountant here in the U.S. I'm also an author, a TEDx speaker, and I'm the founder of Economics. That's EKANOMICS.com, where we focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. We work with small businesses online and offline to help them set their prices, raise their prices so they can maximize their profits. That's basically the whole spiel in a nutshell. Good morning, Songs of Charisma. Today I do motivational scopes in the morning, and I do business-related / motivational ones in the evening. So today, are you blocking your blessings? There are a lot of you who are sitting at home wondering why things aren't happening for you. But when I talk to some people, when I'm out in public, they say subtle words, right? Subtle words that are blocking their blessings. Their belief structure is eradicated. The foundation is not there for what they believe and why they're doing what they're doing. I'm talking about scheduling your scopes. It does make such a difference with scheduling your scopes. Hey, amber waves of gray. That's awesome. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies. Good morning. So being real clear with this, there are a lot of people, the words you use can get you to block your blessings, right? The subtle negativities, that'll never happen for me. That'll never work for me. I'm not lucky enough. Hopefully one day, things like that block your blessings is one example of how they block your blessings. Because your words have power. This is not a spiritual, biblical thing. Your words have power. The words you say out of your mouth have been tested scientifically to show that your brain will start believing them. Whatever you say on repeat, your brain believes them. Your brain will literally start creating a record player, a thought loop of the words you use and how you think, and that usually comes back into a cycle as to how you behave. Your words have tremendous power. So when you're there's something in the Bible that talks about this. It's called murmuring, right? Murmuring is subtle undertones, subtle complaints, subtle negativity. And the reason why this was used in the Bible as an example, and there's other things through history that comes about. I'm not trying to be religious. This is not what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to give you guys examples of things that I'm talking about. One example is the Israelites that left Egypt. They're going through the desert. That first group of Israelites did not make it to the promised land. Why? Because half of the reason they were complaining majority of the time. Now you wonder why there's a book of Leviticus and why that came about. Because they needed rules. All they did was complain. They complained for 40 freaking years, right? There are a lot of you who are sitting at home right now complaining about little things subtly. I'm not talking about big complaints. I'm not saying, oh, the world sucks. I'm saying little things. This thing won't happen for me. I won't be able to get that client. What if the client says no? Things like that, little negative things you put into the universe that eventually manifest and become seeds. They become seeds in your mind. They become seeds in your soil. They become seeds in your garden, right? New to the scope world, Samaria Ramirez, 9. Awesome. Glad you're here. And so real simply put and real quick, the first thing is you got to watch the words you use. You cannot continue your life murmuring, right? Speak out words of faith, words of excess, increase. And a lot of people who are on here who are coaches, you do that in some form or fashion. If you're not a coach and this is not what you do, you need to look at yourself and do the same thing. I love that we can share on Facebook. Yes, I agree. And so that's the first thing. You're blocking your blessings with the words that come out of your mouth. The second thing is who in your life is enriching you, who's empowering you. Okay, so here's an analogy that I love to use when I talk to clients about this. You have a garden in your backyard, right? You've planted the seeds. You got the seeds from the home garden store. You planted them. You did what they told you to do. You watered them. You put nutrients. You put Scott's topsoil, all that other nonsense on there so garden can grow. You can get the tomatoes you want, right? And then your friends come over and they urinate in your garden. Your friends come over and they tear up the roots. Your friends come over and drop garbage in your garden, right? And then you're gonna wonder why your plants and your crops aren't growing. The same thing happens in life. When you have people who are next to you, who are beside you, who spend time with you, who gossip, who time waste, who try to encourage you to knock you off your purpose. Not because they're trying to hurt you, right? So you know you have something to do. You know you have a client proposal you need to submit. And you have a friend or someone close to you who says, hey, don't worry about it. You can do it later. Let's go to the bar. You don't worry about it. Let's go to this party. Oh, don't worry about it. Let's go to my friend's house. He's having a party. Oh, let's go watch a movie. They're not trying to hurt you. But the difference is they're not on their purpose, right? Their purpose is not defined. Yours is. So when your purpose is defined, you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You have a focus. There's a singular purpose. There's an action you know you need to be taking. There's a client you want to get. You know you need this client. But instead, you're rationalizing in your brain why you should take time off to do something else, right? And so you end up blocking your blessings by not keeping focus on what you're supposed to be doing. Look, I'm not telling you to not work, not give up, not take time to relax. I'm not telling you to not go hang out, at the beach or whatever, take a vacation, go watch a movie. This is the difference, though. You got to get this. This is a very important piece. When I say things like that, what I just said to you, people think, well, you don't take any time off. No, I enjoy every time I spend working. I love to work. Working is good for you. Working pushes you, right? This is the difference, though. If I'm going to take time off, I've made a decision to take time off. I'm taking time off because I've worked hard before that. I said earlier in the scope about how, it talks about in the Bible as well, God made the universe in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rests. People focus on the seventh day. They say, oh, he rested. Yeah, but you don't understand. He worked for six straight days, right? As an analogy. So the same thing applies to you in your life. Take the time off, but make sure you put in the work beforehand. There are a lot of people taking rest and they haven't done anything. This is Friday. There are a lot of people who are spending their Fridays celebrating it, running to go do happy hour, singing, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but they haven't done anything throughout the week. Throughout the week, they wasted time, right? Throughout the week, they wasted their time doing nothing. And now they're like, it's Friday, let's celebrate. Oh, thank God it's Friday. They even open a restaurant called Thank God It's Friday. People complain so damn much. So here in the U.S., and then Monday people complain. And then Wednesday you can't wait till Friday. What are you celebrating? Exactly. I was about to say that. Thank you, Kim. What are you celebrating? Right? I'm not saying you have to have crops in order to celebrate. I'm not saying you have to put in, the seeds in the ground and then eventually you can celebrate. But you feel good. See, this is what people don't realize too. You can research this, you can Google this. You get dopamine hits when you accomplish something. You get dopamine hits. You feel good. There's pleasure in progress. There's pleasure in success. There's pleasure in action. You actually get dopamine hits when you actually do something. So even years ago when people were farmers, they felt good. There was pleasure in digging a hole. Even if there's a level of accomplishment, your brain says this is the task. And you realize you have to do all these things in a task. And when you accomplish the task, you feel good. Look what happens look how good you feel when you clean your house, right? When you clean your car, when you do your laundry, when you run errands. It's the same thing. Everything's the same, right? I never want to have a life and job where I have to celebrate something. Yeah, exactly. There's so many, and Jim Rohn says this too, there's so many people who spend more time planning their vacations, spend more dedication planning their days off, planning their happy hours, planning celebrations than they do planning their lives. And then they wonder why they're not where they need to be. You know what ends up happening? They block their blessings. Now, why you got to block your blessing? Why do you got to stop your success? You deserve to get the life you want, right? Do not let people tell you a story otherwise. Don't let the media tell you a story. Do not let other words in your mouth. So again, the first thing, the words you say out of your mouth, do not let the words that come out of your mouth to block your blessings. Don't let the people in your life to block your blessings. I get it. They're great people. I have a lot of friends who are cool. Some of you guys know me, see me on Twitter. I know a lot of people. They're all good people. But again, I have a personal boundary because I have a purpose, right? I bring this up only to emphasize the importance of time. Today's September 11th in the U.S. There's a lot of people thinking about on Facebook. It's all people talking about people they've lost during September 11th and all this other stuff. There's a guy I know who literally is dying from, I think, leukemia. The guy's 32 years old. He would give one more day. He'd give everything for one more day with his wife or with his family, with his friends, to play ball, to do whatever. 2 more days. There are people who would give up time to get what they want. And we're complaining, right? We're wasting time. We're arguing about stuff. We're letting insignificant things affect us. That's the third piece. The third piece is you just watch Incredible Scope in NYC. That's awesome. You have personal boundaries because you have a purpose. The third one is you have a purpose, and therefore you don't let insignificant things permeate your space, and you're not wasting emotions on stuff. So please preach. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Do not allow your emotions to come in and derail you as well. They can knock off your momentum. They can start negative momentum where you go in the other direction, right? Personal boundaries are important. When you have personal boundaries, you cut out negativity on a regular basis. You have the ability to get back into a positive state. When you have personal boundaries, people can't come and put they can't suck their emotions from you, right? Perfect example. How many of you can put a 1 in the comment box? I've been so guilty of the emotions part. I gotta learn. Yes, let go of that shit. Blue lips. How many of you on this scope have had the experience, whether you've had or you have a friend or had a friend in your life who every time you talk to them, something bad is happening to them. They have a story to tell you. You put a 1 in the comment. They're like, oh, this is bad. This always happens to me. Someone's saying this to me. My boss, my friends, my family, all that stuff. They can be a family member, a best friend you've known for a decade. It can be anybody. Look, we all have them. But every time I spend time with a successful person, they have a personal boundary. So as a result, if anybody comes in their life with negative bullshit, to cut off, out, right? Out. Hey, Vicky Fitch. Vicky Fitch is I love Vicky Fitch. She's awesome. She's the Amber Assassin. The Amber Assassin, because her hair's red. So the Amber Assassin of income. She's amazing. I just cut it out. I'm not interested. Too many people moan and whinge. I love that word. They whinge, they whine, they complain, right? And it's like, you gotta go. Sometimes it's not even as a conversation. So you don't even have to sit. There are a lot of people. I told somebody this once. I told a client this once. Hey, you need to create personal boundaries. And it's like, well, should I call them and talk? No, don't you have to call them and talk to them. Besides, they won't even understand what you're talking about. Because if someone is oscillating on that vibration or that frequency, you're a frequency or a level of consciousness or a level of awareness above that, they're not going to be able to get to where you're talking about. They won't understand what you're saying. They'll say something like this. I thought we were friends. Oh, I thought we were friends. How come you don't want to hear, don't you want to help me? Oh, you've changed. That kind of garbage, right? I don't have time for that. If today was your last day, would you waste your time and spend your time listening to nonsense? If today was your last day and you didn't have an opportunity to live your dreams and your goals, would you spend your time listening to bullshit stories? Somebody who can't get control of their own life. Somebody who can't get control of their own money. Someone who can't get control of their own situation. Ask yourself that question. Every single time I get somebody coming to me with nonsense, there's a difference between I have a problem, let's talk, versus every single time we talk, every text I get, there's some negative undertone. You can have all that. People emotionally leech from you. You need to understand that. We all do that. That's why birds of a feather. That's why people say birds of a feather. That's why you're the average of your 5 closest friends, right? People in general can leech emotions from each other. You can change the state of another person by coming with negativity, right? You can also do the same thing with positivity. So who has time for that if you have a purpose to live your life for your family and for yourself and your dreams? So again, the 3 things that I'm going to leave because I got to get ready. I got to go shower. The first is, sympathy or solution. Exactly. I always say this. I got this from a movie. Mark Wahlberg said this in the movie, Pain and Gain. I have little sympathy for people who squander their gifts. I do. I have little sympathy for people who squander their gifts. It sounds cold, but it doesn't. Because again, I've met people who have died, who were gifted and did not take the opportunity to do something. I've met people who've died from cancer, early age, people who've died from accidents, who always said one day, someday. So I have little sympathy for you. If you're still on this earth, if you're watching my scope, watching this video, you have the ability to make a change in your life. I have little sympathy for you, right? Because there are people right now lying in hospital beds who would give everything they had, even their kidneys, to have one more day, one more opportunity to live a life of passion and love. That's real talk. I'm just being real with y'all right now. It's Friday. I'm being real. So again, as I go over these last 3 pieces, are you blocking your blessings? Ask yourself the question. Are you blocking your blessings? Are you murmuring and complaining? Little subtle words of bullshit coming out of your mouth, complaining about stuff, being negative. The second thing is, do you have people in your life who are disrupting and destroying your garden, right? When you have a garden, rabbits come and tear up your tulips. They come and tear up your carrots. They eat up all your stuff, right? The third is, have you established a personal boundary? It takes time, but there has to be a focus on it. Are you wasting time? Are you spending time, gossiping? Are you spending time complaining, whining, whinging, moaning? Do you have friends in your life who come in and bring their negative emotions and drop them on your feet every single time? Who has time for that? You don't. You have a purpose on this earth, right? Again, I have little sympathy for people who squander their gifts. Time is a gift. Your brain is a gift. Your mind is a gift. All of you guys on this scope, everyone's watching me, you guys have tremendous gifts that the world is pining for. The world wants it, right? And as I speak these words to you, I hope they sink in that you literally become to the point where you can I got to dominate. I got stuff to do, right? And you bring so much passion to this world. Awesome. Thank you so much, David. I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. Vicky Fitch, you're the best. I appreciate that. And so the question I always get all the time is, how do I find my purpose? How do I find my passion? I come up with a simple formula, which is actually it's being trademarked right now, so you can't steal it. It really is, because when I said it out loud and I saw someone's eyes light up in a speech, I said, I gotta, hey, how's it going, Style Story? I haven't seen you in a minute. It's been a while. You can do much more for the world by living your purpose than listening to BS and being held back. Exactly. A lot of the BS that happens in our lives are holding us back. We're our own jailer. So what happens is, in life, we're taught certain things, and then people create a jail, right? External forces create a jail for you. You go into jail, and then you become your own jailer. The jailer leaves and leaves the door open, and we imprison ourselves in our minds, in our lives, and what we do. We tie balls and chains around our ankles and wonder why we're not where we need to be. So here's a simple sentence you can use to find what your purpose is. Our purpose, here it is, quote, your purpose is the intersection of your goals and your gifts. So where your goals and gifts intersect is where you will find your purpose, right? Whatever you find, whatever you consider a goal in your life, whatever your gifts are, The alignment of those two will give you your purpose. And if you do that exercise, simple exercise, do that simple exercise, it's simple in words, but the amount of effort you got to put into it, it takes a lot more. But when you do those things, I guarantee you, you will find a life of passion, a life of purpose. What you do won't be work. You will hate it. You'll be like, oh, I'm working so much, 80, 90 hours, but you're actually just working. For you, you're in your purpose. When you're on your purpose, it's not work, right? Purpose is good for you. Work is good for you, right? When people talk about burnout, there's no such thing as burnout. It's an excuse that people tell you so that you can have a 40-hour work week and then go take a vacation so the vacation industry can get your money, right? And you can just hang out at home and run errands, right? So if you have a purpose and you're working towards your purpose, you don't burn out. When you were a kid, you would play basketball. I'd play basketball for 14 hours a day if I could. The only thing kept me from playing further was my mom and the fact that my body would hurt. I'd be tired. Other than that, I'd be playing all day long, right? Everything you want to do in your life, if you find purpose in it, you won't burn out from it. So again, this is as I wrap, as I close really quickly, your purpose is the intersection of your gifts and your goals, right? How old am I? I am 40 years old, my friend. Body pain is big. I agree. I'm 40 years old. I just turned 40 this year. I'm telling you guys, like when I turn in my mid to early 30s, that's when people started dying. When you get to 30 years old, people start dying on you. My dad died. I had a friend who got hit by a car. I died like jogging like last year. I had other friends who died from cancer. I saw them in hospice. I had another friend who's dying in Texas from cancer, leukemia. I had 4 or 5 other people I know died from. I mean, people just start dying. So then you got to ask yourself a simple question: If one day that will be me, have I done everything I want to accomplish? If the answer is no, you know you got work to do. So, you're a handsome 40-year-old man. Thank you so much, Vicky Fitch. Vicky Fitch is awesome. You got to check her stuff out. She has an amazing Facebook group, and she also scopes a lot on a lot of good things. Sorry the losses, but thank you so much. But again, what happens is it reminds me. So when I have a setback, it's a reminder. When somebody's mean to me, it's a reminder. Right? It's a reminder because I play a role. I got to ask myself, I know there's nothing I can really do about another person. I got to ask myself, how am I going to deal with what is happening to me? The people who are successful in life find the ability, right, to deal with things. And they ask themselves, what role did I play? It's very self-reflexive. It's not, you did this, it's your fault, you made me feel this way. The people who are stuck in a life that they're not happy with will say things like, you did this to me, you did this, meh. And that's a very low level thinking, very low level of consciousness. When you're at a higher level of awareness, higher level of consciousness, you have a better understanding of the world as it sits. You see the world the way it is, not the way you wish it is, or the way you worse than it is. You basically see the world in a light that it is. And so as a result of that, you behave accordingly. Hey, Eva. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. Again, thanks for sharing. Thanks for inviting your followers. They can catch the replay. If you're on the replay, give me hearts anyways. And if you want to reach out to me, you can go to, share this with your peeps. Thank you so much, guys. If you want to reach out to me, you can go to economics.com, EKANOMICS.com. You can find out more about me. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Periscope. Everything's the same. All the handles are the same. Stay in touch, please. Thank you for pulling over. Oh, no. I'm not driving, man. I'm in a parking lot. I'm in front of my place. This is a parking lot. See their cars. I never scope and drive. I'm not even wearing my seat. That's why I'm not wearing my seatbelt. I never scope and drive. So you won't see that. So I'm always pulling over. That's a parked car. People walking around. See? Parked car. So just saying. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Vicky Fitch. You're awesome as well. Thanks so much, Necessary Drama. You guys are phenomenal. You don't understand. I had somebody reach out. Every week I have somebody reach out to me. I get long letters from people. Every week I get at least one. Yes, you need to get my book, Vicky Fitch. I will sign it for you. I will autograph it. I'll put Amazing Vicky Fitch. Thank you so much for being awesome. And I'll send it to you. And thank you, Adam, for getting a copy of my book. I'm going to send that out to you today. And in general, I get emails from people all the time. And a lot of them are like amazing. They tell me what's my book? Holla! My book, the site is startmeupbook.com. startmeupbook.com. Yes, thank you so much. Somebody can do me a favor and throw that in there. Economics is what you can find about me and my coaching and what we do for businesses. And then the other one is startmeupbook.com. Thank you so much for being here, Monica15. Thank you. Oh, you guys are awesome. Startmeupbook.com. Thank you. So I get a letter from people every week. People reach out to me, telling me how something I said resonated with them. And what you guys don't understand is I am so freaking humbled. You don't understand. I am so humbled. Every single day when I speak, I'm speaking at a conference next week in Charlotte. Every single day I speak to somebody or something or a Periscope and I get some feedback. I'm so humbled. I have the humility that I feel, like, to the point where I was thinking about this the other day. I started crying because you guys inspire me to keep doing this, to keep going. So I really, really, really appreciate this. There's a book top level domain now, I think. Oh, there is. Yeah, I should go after that. That's a good point. Thank you. I am so, so humbled. So what inspires me, if my last day was today, I'm telling you, I would be happy. So, and not because I want to, but because I'm doing what I want to do and I'm sharing what I want to share. I'm trying to empower you guys and enrich people. Again, my goal is I want to be the gas can, right? And bring the lighter and set you guys on fire or blaze you so that when you leave this scope, you're going to go out and do great things Friday or Tuesday or Monday, whatever day of the week. I don't even care what day of the week is. I get upset because it's Friday because another week has gone by. That's why. So, all right, love you too, Lo. All right, everybody. I'm trying to blaze y'all. I want you guys to be. I want to ignite the flame that's within you. Everybody has a pilot light. The problem is it hasn't been turned up. It needs to be turned up so you can go out. You can go do what you want to do and live the life that you want to live. All right, you guys are awesome. I cut it again. Your purpose is the intersection of your goals and your gifts. You're a truly inspiring friend. Yes, Amber Assassin. You can have it. Rock that dream. Hashtag Amber Assassin. All right, Chocolate Thunder. Always light up the scopes. Thank you so much, Blue Lip. You guys are awesome, man. Take care. Thank you so much for everything. And God bless.